All right, guys, how the heck are you? Fastidious here. We got two more big pieces of news confirmed in Watcher of Realms. Let's start with the big one. We now have a hard date for the launch of the anniversary celebration. So if you go to the top right on your screen, you go to the burger menu, you go to the little sheet of paper. New update intro, new feature preview. We'll talk about that in a different video later today or maybe early tomorrow. The key thing, though, what really matters, because let's be honest, this new feature, yes, will be new to us on global, but has been broken down by every single creator and has been live on 400 for almost 2 months. So, slightly treading already run over ground. But the key thing, the anniversary celebration launches on July 2nd, UTC -8. So UTC -8 is going to be 1 hour behind California time. If that helps you guys, put that into perspective, it always happens at about 8:15 p.m. That's when the updates happen for the relative time. So there you have it. That is when the anniversary is going to happen. And clearly the key main feature they're launching with the anniversary, hopefully among a lot of other stuff, is going to be the Malric Hall of Illusions. They're talking about this as though it is many new pieces of content. It's many new things that are all part of one piece of content. There's going to be these keystones that allow you to enter the Malric's Hall of Illusions. There, you will get drops in the form of gems, which can be used for gem enhancement and artifact augmentation. Like I said, I'll break this down in another video, very likely later today, otherwise early tomorrow. But the key thing we can take from this is, hey, that is hard confirmed. So if you've been stockpiling your stamina like me in anticipation of farming those keystones, please continue to do so. It's only a week's time, just over a week's time. And also, we have a date. So with that, I'm sure will come some login events. I'm sure by that date, we'll have a ton more news about a lot of the important anniversary stuff. Also, guys, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please do that. Thank you. If we go all the way to the bottom here, you'll see they're once again teasing the new Tactician class. They said it was going to be called Tactical Mastery. Now we officially know it's called Tactician, but they're not telling us anything more. I will also tell you, I made a video where I shared the images of 3 of them that were live on my test server. Apparently, that was a boo-boo no-no, even though I didn't share their kit, and I didn't share their name, and I didn't share anything. I was reported by some of my fellow creators, and I have lost my test server access for the next 11 days. So, what a time to be alive in the world of Taya, in the world of Watcher of Realms. But there you go. There's your hard confirmation on this anniversary celebration. I anticipate it's going to be very, very generous. Before I talk about the second big piece of news and the pat myself on the back because I was right about something yet again, I do want to talk about Falsia. Everyone's saying, skip Falsia. You're fools. You're complete fools. If you don't have enough summons to go for her and still be prepared for what's coming next, obviously skip her. But if you have, over 200 summons worth of rare summoning crystals and diamonds right now, obviously, I have a lot more than that, but if you had, let's say, 100 here and 6,000 here, if you have that or more, or some combination that is that or more, and you don't have Falsia, that's the key thing, and you don't have Falsia, I think you'd be incredibly foolish not to go for her. People are saying she sucks, she's bad. You guys have not seen her since her update. I will have a video on her tomorrow. I'm promising you that right now. I promise I'll follow through on that, though it has been a little busy and the game has been somewhat uninspired. But she's legitimately good. It only takes one piece of content to be introduced where she shines for you to regret it. If you don't want to, say I'm going to go for this just because she's good now and she might be great in the future, that's fine. But if you have the summons to spare, this is the guarantee. All you people that are saying you're going to skip Falsia, not all of you, but a big group, there's a big overlay in that Venn diagram of people saying Falsia is not good enough and then people saying everything should be guaranteed and I never get the banner hero. She's guaranteed. So you kind of can't have it both ways. I've heard multiple people that I recognize the names have complained that they never get the banner hero and no one should pull on anything except for a guaranteed banner, saying they're going to pull for Beatrix and Beelzebub, and most of you aren't going to hit here. Just like you normally don't hit. With the rate up, these guys are less than a 40% chance every time you hit. You can do that, but that's the gamble. Falsia isn't the gamble. Falsia is a known good commodity. She is hard guaranteed. All right, the new piece of information. If we go to the Watcher of Realms official Discord, you'll see here in the bar counter section, they post the dev insights. We get a lot of information here now because Moonton doesn't properly share information with the community and content creators, both in front of the scenes and behind the scenes. But if we look over here, you'll see the latest edition of the Dev Insights. I do like the way they're organizing this. They used to just dump info on us. Now they do it as its own thread, and it is pretty clean and organized. At the very end, the last question that was asked, question 19, you can see, I don't know where it went, but it's hidden here. Is there a possibility of a Diao Chan limited rerun? Stuff like this. The returning Diao Chan banner is already scheduled. Right here above question 19, we can find question 18, which says, for anniversary, please bring Dahlia back. Everyone already has Kagiri. That is actively not true. Many players were not playing the first time Kagiri came out. We need Dahlia instead. Sounds like this person wasn't playing during Dahlia and was playing during Kagiri. But what matters is they say it's been a year since her banner. That is correct. It's been just over a year. Dahlia's banner was June the 13th. 2024. It's now June the 24th. Makes sense to bring her back. Fair enough. They said she's returning. It's already been scheduled. So what do we know? Captain Reeves returning. He's already been scheduled. Kagiri's returning. He's already been scheduled. We already just got reruns of Anora and Sun Wukong. We're about to get a rerun of Falsia. And if we look over here, back at question 19, the returning banner of Diao Chan is already being scheduled. Please stay tuned. So we know of 4 more limiteds that are already being scheduled. I've seen a lot of people lean into the scheduled verbiage saying this means it's coming soon. Historically, it did. It meant if they said something was planned, it meant it was something they were working out. If they said it was something scheduled, it was coming within one update, because they would never schedule stuff with actual dates more than one update out. That's why a lot of people jump to those things. Have they changed the way they use language and how they communicate to us? It is entirely possible. But if we go by what we used to know, scheduled means it's coming in the next 4 to 6 weeks, probably sooner rather than later. Is it possible to have 4 rerun limited banners in the next 4 to 6 weeks, as well as very likely a new limited banner? Hell no, it isn't possible. I think the limited selector is essentially guaranteed at this point. I know that's going to make some people very happy. I know it's going to make some people very unhappy, because they're like, I want to get Reeve and Kagiri, or I want to get Diao Chan and Kagiri and Dahlia and who am I forgetting? Reeve. They want to get everything, right? And I get that. And I think this is probably going to be the solution. Before you get too upset if this ends up being correct, which I'm very sure it will be now to some extent, there's going to be some kind of selection feature. I do think that they'll probably make this into somewhat a frequent thing. I would hope so. Maybe every 3 months, maybe every 6 months, you make your selection. Is that going to make everyone super happy? No, but should it make the majority of people kind of happy? Yes, and that seems to be what they're going for. So this is what we know, my friends. It's an interesting time in the realm. I think some people misinterpreted or misunderstood what I was saying in my video yesterday. I'm not like thinking of stopping covering the game or stopping anything, but at the end of the day, I just think it's a little boring right now. I'm highly anticipating more content besides Malric. I'm going to do an anniversaries prediction video probably on Thursday. I think would be a good time for that, of what I'd like to see and what I think could come. But, as it stands now, it's like we're doing the same stuff we've always been doing. The game's been out for 2 years. I've been covering the game for 2 years. We've got content creators ratting each other out. It's not the healthiest spot for the game. Like I said, look up the Google Analytics. The line goes straight down. I pitch a lot of ideas to the devs. They don't seem interested in anything anymore. So here we are. But don't worry, we're still covering it. The game's still really fun when it's new. But for most of us, unless you have the opportunity to play other accounts, nothing's new. So that's where we're at. Dahlia's coming back, Reeve's coming back, Diao Chan's coming back, Kagiri's coming back. It's got to be a limited selector, without a doubt. Maybe it's 2 limited selectors. I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of progressive. At 200 summons, you get Dahlia. At 400 summons, you get Reeve. At 600, you get Kagiri. I think that would be very interesting. I think that would be kind of disastrous for a lot of players. But it's going to be something. Indubitably, it will be something. And then the most important thing, July the 2nd. So that is going to be next Wednesday. There you go, folks. I've been Fastidious. Share with your mother, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.
Fastidious.